Morning guys, I thought I'd do a little things video. This is the tiny little toilet, still a work in progress here. But this is where the main water comes into the house. So we put a filter on there, mainly catch little stones and things like that, to protect the water heater. Did speak to the guy about the salt filters, and he says you've got to be careful there because the fossing up is often quite good for the pipework in protecting it. So I'll take his word on that. So we've got an inline filter there. This is the little sink above this cistern. We were going to join them together, but in the end we took one that's a higher shelf, because then when you're sitting under it, you're not really sort of wedged at shoulder height. It's sort of gives you a little bit of space when you're sitting back on the office, on the throne. And then obviously this is our little sink up here. So that's gone in quite nice. And then we've got what the kids call it, Japanese toilet, where you get the old jet wash. I'm not going to spray that, because I turn that, it'll shoot it out the toilet. But yeah, it's come out quite well. I wallpapered this bit as well, because I did wallpaper there. And to be fair, everyone who's come in the house in the last week has noticed it and commented on it. So the finishing touch, the amount of work that's gone in the house, and the bit they're interested in is my wallpaper. Can't say anything wrong with that. So in the kitchen, this is the coffee station. At the moment, we've got our Ring doorbell. There was a little rubber thing that's fell on the floor. Put that on there. Protects it. Oh, that's a bit too far across. It fell off again. Okay, sort that out later. Grab a coffee. So the idea with this is that because I have quite a lot of coffee in the mornings, or well, when April's in the kitchen, I'm normally in the way. So let me try to open this jar while talking on the phone at the same time. So the idea being is that April's busy doing her kitchen stuff. I can make my coffee. Try not to make a mess. This one is quite expensive in comparison to a kettle basically. I think it's about €50. Got one of these in the UK as well. And the reason I bought it, as you've seen there, I just pressed the button. Normally boils the water in about 40 seconds. So we'll leave that making me coffee, and we'll go over to the sink. So what we have here on the sink, this tap here has got a secondary filter on it. So this one's for washing up, and this one you can actually use for the water in the kettle, which should be in here. There's a little filter hidden down there as well. So that basically used for the water for the kettle. That's one of the little hidden things that we have. And as you can hear, I've finished now. I'll let that stew a little bit. Not a little bit of technology in the house is we've got the Ring alarms. I've still got to tidy this up. That's me. It's not Igor's fault. I'm not going to go over my security alarm system for obvious reasons. But that is connected to the cameras. Doorbell, for example. If I open the door in Fort Knox, you can hear the doorbell goes off. So that works like that. And then we've got a Ring doorbell just on the other side. Right here. When I walk in front of this little doorbell, it will actually message my phone. The chime goes off a lot as well. But if I go on my phone, it's my other phone. It's just playing up in my left hand. It normally comes on with my thumb. Fantastic. I do get the feeling that people tinker in the sense of large corporations with phones and things, because like that, it's not even switching on, and that's a problem with the software. Which obviously I haven't changed the software. That's people that Google and what have you be messing around. I know iPhone got caught with Apple for what they get up to. Let's try on the other hand there, okay? So, I'm not going through all my messages. There you go. So as it says there, just pressed it. Okay, I'll open it manually. Really not impressed with the way the phone's going on this at the moment. So, for example, that is the front doorbell. I can actually see outside. But it does sort of chime when somebody walks in front of the camera. You can talk through it. Basically, when April's out Amazon shopping or whatever, she can still be contactable, you know, when the delivery guys come out. So that's one thing that's quite practical and useful. I'm not getting into Amazon box and storage stuff, because that's something else we're working on. I did get to plant the plants in the last couple of days, so you can see the garden area is still a work in progress, but it's coming together in a minute. So a little bit junk shop, because we were still moving stuff last night. I'll be glad when all this tat is gone. I hate it. I hate it when there's bits and pieces. That's all gardening stuff, tiles, a couple of the bins. Needs a big tidy up, which is something we're doing today. Because the problem you get here is when I bring stuff from the old house, they come in, goes here, ends up over there, and then starts filtering to the upstairs, as you can see. Kids' toys. Slowly getting there. Just going to take me, I think I'll take about another 6 weeks to clear the place out. It's the same as the bins. I don't want any bins in the house. I don't like it. So they're sort of permanent outside, but it does mean that at the moment, because everything's a bit of a tip, we end up with some rubbish, but it needs to go out and shouldn't actually be there in the near future. We won't have rubbish in the house at all. There's always little projects to go on. Like today, I've got this I've got to cut out. I'm going to cut these panels, because this is the thing, there's little projects here and there. So this is like a laminated panel that's got this sort of effect. That will then be in here, on here, and here, as a splashback. Also helps with, you get the steam off this, the water. It gives it some, so it doesn't get absorbed anywhere. Can't get in any joints or anything, because it's all sealed. And that's how we end up with so much mess all the time at the minute, because like doing that, got to empty that, do the work, then put it back. Hey ho, this is the joys of moving house. But I thought I'd share a couple of little bits. Oh, this is a interesting feature, although extension cables over there. JYSK have got these little fires, the flicker effect ones. We got for Christmas and whatever, but it doesn't actually heat, just to be aware. Although I wouldn't have expected to heat, because it's only about €20. But it's quite nice to have it in the background. So we got one of those, just as a little flicker effect. You know, because obviously we're in Spain. That bad boy up there makes all the heat. So just for a bit of cosmetic effect in the house. But things are getting there, guys. I'm going back to work soon. Still got this to sort out. Yeah, because there's a couple of little projects that are still, because this is the thing, there's lots of little bits still to go on. So April's going to have something that encloses all that kitchen unit. Don't know if she's having pull downs or whatever, but basically that'll become more hidden. Originally we're going to have a partition, so this is where these doors come from, which sort of would separate the dining room as you come in. It's a feng shui type thing, not my thing. Sort of divides it across whether it was there or wherever. But I said to April, it's a lot of work because I don't really want things touching the ceiling. I'd have to build a framework for it, and for what you get out of it, it's a lot of hassle. So I'm going to get pull downs or whatever over there. So it's a hidden kitchen completely. But the doors aren't going to be wasted. These are I think these were 20 euros each from IKEA. But behind the sofa, one of the places that's still got a bit of space left. Shoes are a problem because we have, 4 of us, we have a lot of shoes. At the bottom here, looking at making a shoe rack inside, not in the sofa, at the back behind the sofa. Then the top having some, got nothing to sort of demonstrate, so let's use the remote control. So I have some sort of hooks coming out this way, some rails to hang coats on, and then putting a door system there. So the top will sort of be split, so the top ones, so you can open to get your coats, but where you have summer, winter shoes, the ones that you're not using for 4-6 months, they will end up at the bottom, and then those guys can go, and this one can go, because we've got, like I said, fair well bit of shoe racks going on, and now it hang the coats. So yeah, so coat racks there, shoe racks there. So it's another project that's coming up. But we do have bits and pieces everywhere, which is one of the problems we've got at the minute. It's like there's the rails for the curtains that are going up there. You see another rail on the top at the minute. So curtains are going in, which I think April's doing today. I've got blue racking for shelving. We haven't got space for that at the minute. So I've got to find space for that because my shed's already full. But we'll get there. Gotta admit, we have a lot of stuff. And we have had a big sort out. A lot of stuff we got rid of. Even some of the TVs we've given away. But we're still working our way through making everything fit where it should be, which we'll get there. But yeah, like I said, coat hooks are a problem, because everything's got to go upstairs at the minute. It's not really a problem, it's just an inconvenience at the minute. But when you come in at night and you just want to come in, sit down, you end up dropping your jacket down there, because like when I go out in the garden, I drop my jacket and go outside. So I'm just as bad as the kids for leaving stuff everywhere at the minute, but we'll get there. What else we got going on at the minute? I think that's about it, because we're still in the tidying up phase. We slowed everything down for the Christmas. Yeah, we slowed everything down for the Christmas. There's a new fish tank as well, which is going to go over there. I forgot to mention that. So yeah, boxes are a major issue. But we are getting there. But I think January, February, a lot of these little bits will be sorted out. Like I said, I'm not sure what April wants to do here. Because if that's aligned with there correctly, which I can't see if it is or not, if that aligned with that, then maybe alright to put some shutters down there. I don't know what she's doing. Leave that to the wife. On the kick drawers at the moment, I've got IKEA boxes, but basically each one of these at the bottom here is a drawer, or will be a drawer. So things like tin food, spatulas, frying pans and things like that, because we have different ones for different things. That'll all fit under the cabinet. It's taking up so it doesn't take up any valuable space. But it does mean that we have utilised the entire kitchen space properly. But don't put that in there, put that back in the fridge. Got me a coffee now. Where did the oranges come from? Somebody gave us some oranges the other day. Yeah. One of the things, I mean, I've seen some people whinging about Spanish neighbours. No, Spanish are alright. I mean, to be fair, I've made a lot more friends here, sort of now, which would probably be a lot more than you would have compared to when I first come to Spain, because they know us. In the sense of, they've have seen us around La Mata for the last 7 years. So it's a bit like yesterday, having random strangers wishing us Happy New Year. For me, it's a bit odd because I like to keep myself to myself a lot of the time. But it was nice. I mean, we went down Paraki restaurant, and there's 2 people there wished us Happy New Year that I've never met before. But yeah, it's nice. It's nice to be part of the community. I did say to April I'm going to start doing more Spanish this year, because I think it's about time I invest a bit more time. And before somebody whinges, oh well, I learned Spanish in 3 months and the usual stuff that you get. Conversational Spanish is one thing. I do speak a lot more Spanish than a lot of people are aware of, but I just generally don't talk Spanish. I understand a lot more than I speak, but at the same time, my work environment's been horrendous for a long time, but I'm actually downgrading the time I invest in work, direct work, should I say, and actually investing some time in myself this year. I want to do my MRICS, my MSIBC membership at Chartered Institute of Building Services Engineers and the Royal Institute of Chartered Surveyors, along with, like I said, my Spanish. So those are 3 objectives that I have for the year, and it's only the 2nd of January. But I'll show you this place as a bit of a tip at the minute, because next time I do a video everything should be in its place. But anyway guys, Happy New Year, and I'll catch up with you again soon. Bye for now.